Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm super excited about tonight's show because it's a little bit off the beaten path for us.
From Lewisburg.
We are, as you can see, still in Lewisburg, West Virginia. Tomorrow is our last day here. My last 3 performances will be tomorrow.
Today is your last performances. Tomorrow we roll out. Sunday we roll.
No, today, yes, that is true. Sorry, I keep getting my days mixed up.
Well,
yes.
after 500 shows in a row.
You know, I'm trying to figure out how many shows I've actually done since I left home.
It's actually 526. It's Groundhog Day.
No, I did 33 in Virginia. I did 11, I think 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I did 10 in Ohio, so that's 43, and then I will have done 33 here. So I am getting up there in shows. 33, 66. I will have done 76 shows since I left.
Well, what we did we've been trying to find fun things to do from the fairground. We've talked about the fair last week.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you want to know more about the fair, watch last week's show. But this show is about an adventure here in Lewisburg. And we shot a road trip we did yesterday, a shopping road trip with Kat and I. So we're going to go shopping with you guys in Lewisburg, West Virginia, right now. So he's switching to the graphic. This will tell you what it's about. It's Kat and Todd's Excellent Adventure. And if you notice,
it's an excellent
bra
adventure. Yes.
So bra could mean like brother, like hey bra. But no, it actually...
I can't believe you know hey bra.
Well, I don't know why I know it. But anyway,
oh my gosh.
It actually doesn't mean that. It actually means, if you go back to the picture, it means what you see. So let's roll it, and we'll explain as we drive into town. We give you a little intro. Hang with us, because there's a lot of fun stuff that goes on here. I know a lot of people have short attention spans. This is not the time for that. You want to let the story roll here.
The story of the bra. I'm leaving because once a year I buy bras. Once a year, and it's here in Lewisburg, West Virginia, because it's the only bra shop that I have ever seen, besides one in New York City, and I'm not there ever. So there's one bra shop anywhere that I've ever seen that actually makes you realize that you have been wearing the wrong size bra pretty much your whole life, and they fit you. And when I started buying my bras here about 5 years ago, I was so shocked at how much better it looked, how much better it fit, how much more comfortable it was, and I was so off on my size, So I love this place.
Smaller or bigger?
I was wearing bigger bras than I needed to wear. She changed my life, the woman that owns this shop. And so I wait till I'm here every summer, and I buy my bras.
Was she long ago decided that she was coming to the shop? Because almost day one we got here.
Before the fair even started.
They weren't open the first time we
right,
tried to go there. The second time.
That's true.
So you had to come here. So there really is no other opportunity. So,
well, there isn't, because from this point forward we're jammed until we leave, and that's on Sunday.
So we have to go bra shop.
Right. So if you think that this is at all interesting,
don't blame it on the boys. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, you boys wanted to go to the bra shop, the Tata shop.
I'll do a separate show on men tolerating girls shopping.
That would not be you. Don't you even dare go there, because you do not go shopping with me. I would never drag you to go shopping with me. And there's
the lesson in a nutshell.
What?
Don't go.
Don't go. You know why? Because when your husband's sitting there, or and you almost can hear the foot tapping. You know what I mean? Like, oh God, how long is this gonna last? I like to be unencumbered, because I very rarely ever get to go shopping.
Rarely. I mean, you never go shopping.
I don't. I buy everything online. Yeah.
But that's not a good thing. I mean, that's the other point about buying this from the store.
Is that you actually. Now, I love to go shopping because I love seeing it and trying it on and all that. It's just a matter of time, So So I get so excited when I'm going to walk into a store and actually be able to touch things and see things, feel them. It's going to be great. So
I love to touch and feel things too. Just not the stuff in the store.
well, some people are tatam people, and some people are tail feather people, and some people
I can
are...
appreciate all the other parts. It's just those particular items are some of God's greatest creations.
And so that all started when? That you discovered
In the garden. In the Garden of Eden.
In the... I
Say
know
that
it.
if you could support
If you can
local
support...
businesses,
yes,
small businesses,
yes.
not these big box stores. If you
Yeah.
could buy something from a regular mom and pop operation, small business operation, then you really should. It's like the little episode we did with the local guitar guy.
Yeah.
You want to try to do that.
And I shopped a little bit at the fair because they have concessions and people sell
Well, you
clothes
shopped in
and
town
shirts.
here.
I shopped in town here, and
In fact, we're going to go to that other shop as well. Besides this.
that's right, because the wonderful lady that owns the Little Black Box, that's the name of the bra shop, the Little Black Box, her husband, and she also own Fine Foods,
it's the tchotchke, food, wine,
gifts, wine, cheeses, that sort of thing.
collectibles.
Yeah, across the street. This is
Kitchen stuff.
And this is a town that is, depends on tourists because so many people come here because of the festivals. They have music festivals and everything here. But we're coming up on the town now, all right? So at the stoplight,
So next week
is
we'll
where it
have the
begins.
episode because we took the entire hour explaining what we're
That's so
doing.
true. Okay, so you're going to see up on the right here, when you clear this tree, it says the Little Black Box. See it right there?
I do.
That's
Can I
right.
park in their driveway?
Yes, if there's parking. Let's see here. I don't think there is. There's not. So is there any on the street?
Well, there's actually room against this wall.
All right. We're going in. Cover me. Here we go. All right. So now you can see. So this is just, I start to vibrate when I come in here because I know that I'm going to get cool stuff. Like this bra right up here. I'm going to see if I can get that.
Which one?
That, but not that color, but see the top of it? That's a bra that's meant to be seen. So if your blouse is open a little bit or your dress is low cut, it's a very pretty design, and so sometimes you want a bra like that, you just want to. And then over here, this is nice too. This would be called a bralette, no wire underneath it, has good
But does that
support.
actually hold things?
Oh yeah, everything in here is a high-end bra.
I like this though because
because
it's got the little pointy.
he's touching the
It has a point
mannequin.
like the old days. They used to
it has
like
matching
really go. I
pointy.
bet she has that specifically. Do you have the old school pointy bras? Like we, but you remember what I'm
But
talking
you can
about?
get them, right?
The torpedoes. They were like torpedoes.
They were like torpedoes, and I had to wear one on One Life to Live when I was doing a flashback to the 50s, and we were all.
Oh my God, how fun was that?
And so they
the
bought all of the
retro.
torpedo bras for us to make it. And I thought that was an amazing thing of our costume department to want to care so much right down to the point.
So
right?
if you were evaluating this, what size of these? Just from, you're probably good at. Someone walks in the door, you can immediately say, "This is what size."
I'm wearing a
What size?
terrible.
I know that's how men size.
That's how men size.
But I'm just
Hey,
wondering.
this is the owner.
Oh,
so
yes.
please introduce
Hi.
yourself.
Hi, I'm Ginger. I live here in the Greenbrier County area. I'm only about 20 minutes from my shop. I pretty much grew up here. I've traveled around, but I always come back.
And
This is henna from the fair. We had super fun at the fair and did the henna artwork too. So we're big fair goers and love going to see your show.
Thank
when we
you.
can.
Thank you so
it's,
much.
Oh, you always good.
Thank
You
you.
give such a great show, and every time it's always a little different.
Yeah.
And then later on in the day, it's inevitably going to run into somebody that you saw.
But
at the
she
show.
has
it's
she's
fun.
got very
It's fun.
wide variety of skills,
Yeah, I
including.
haven't got to go this year to see your show.
Now, did you see which type of show? Did you see mentalism or hypnotism?
And also hypnotist.
Oh, you got the right
Yeah,
one. So
I'm
you-
doing both. Mind reading
Oh,
and
okay.
hypnosis show.
It
Yeah.
was the mind reading. I mean, someone in my store was like reading minds, and I thought maybe that's something new because I don't think I've seen that part of the show because I've only seen the hypnosis.
Yeah.
part.
Well, I've been here for 11 years.
Has it been 11 years?
Yes.
When you say it out loud, it
Yes.
sounds like a long time.
I had a
It
year
seems
or
like
so off
yesterday.
for good behavior.
But
every now
today,
and then.
we are here to talk to she's going to buy some bras, but the show's theme is actually about famous
Tatas.
movie star breasts.
Oh, wow.
So
Marilyn Monroe for sure.
right?
Marilyn Monroe for sure.
Yeah.
Jane Russell.
Jane Russell, absolutely. I got a picture of her.
But even my mother had not early. When she was in Singing in the Rain, she had very small. But later on, things expanded, and she used to talk about that all the time.
Why do as we get menopause? It's not our friend.
It's no.
Well, it happens to be our friend.
Because I was tiny.
Men like it.
It will change
No,
you.
you don't like
It will
menopause.
change you.
No, men like large breasts.
Yeah, but
We change so many times.
I don't even do a.
When we go through puberty, we change when we have a child, and then we change when we go through.
Well, the child would maybe
menopause.
a big one too.
Yeah,
Obviously, that did.
So big changes with our bodies, big changes. Our breasts are always involved with our changes.
And then
But
if you go on hormones, it's a whole nother story, right?
It definitely affects you.
Yeah.
Not to mention just the regular gaining 10 pounds and losing 10 pounds and
Oh,
how
it's
that can
constant,
sometimes. Because a lot of times it affects. This is where we're always losing it and gaining it first.
Is it?
That's, from
I have bra
customers for
sizes
sure.
from your store.
Yeah.
For all sizes because of whatever I'm going through. They change.
Yeah, I've got 3 sizes.
But there's a lot of bras.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
It's hard to imagine there's this many different bras.
I carry, there's about 2,000 bras in here.
Oh my God.
And there's over 100 sizes.
Oh.
So when
100
you get
sizes.
over 100 sizes, I'll get on my pedestal.
Now, are you hiring for
get
the
on,
person?
let her get on her
Are you
pedestal, 'cause
hiring
that's
for the
amazing.
person that evaluates and sizes that?
I get asked that question. I pay in pennies. I'm telling you, it's not glamorous.
That's right. You pay in pennies.
You got to have a chair. First thing you want to identify. So she's very, very sensitive to the fact that there are men that are going to be waiting. So she's got one over here that I noticed right away. This is a really important piece of equipment because this is sort of like almost like a punishment chair. But with this baby, it really doesn't matter how long she takes because you could really get into it.
That is my husband bench.
I was thinking you were very sensitive to the male needs by having this here because if the shopping experience goes beyond a certain point, see, this is a punishment of sorts. Here you're like, but I mean it's good because a lot of stores, you go in, there's nowhere for the guys to sit. And
gotta have a husband bench.
She would rather shop without me because she thinks, as she pointed out when we were driving over here, that I'm sitting around tapping my foot. Now I never tap my foot.
No.
Ooh, I like that. That's nice. Ooh, whoops. Bull in a china shop.
Look at this
Bull
one, Kat.
in a china
You
shop.
like this one? This is the one with the strap you were talking about?
Yes, I do. I would like to get that. So if she comes back out, that would be awesome. Oh, wait. Is this it? Okay, I wouldn't fit in that. That is tiny. All right. That is tiny. And, oh boy, I tell you, takes me back. I would like to get a good t-shirt bra, just something that looks good under clothes. And then you want something that looks good when you're not under clothes because, you got to think about these things now and then. Now, there's no wire under this, but I can see that is going to be fantastic. Okay.
There's a measurement. Measurements are going to go on. We're going to check that. I don't want to miss out on this. Let's go measure.
You're not coming back with me to measure. You are
What do you mean?
not. A lot of ladies will say, oh God, you know what my big problem is? The sides.
It's booby and it goes in a cup.
And
I hear it all the time. the fat under my arms.
So what do you tell them
that is
for
boob,
that?
And it goes in a cup, and I'll give you a bigger cup.
But you have something that has bones on the side that are not, or something
I want that underwire to come all the way back here. Your underwire should touch here in the center.
Okay.
And come all the way back under your arm, so that if I follow that underwire up, it's going to actually hit me in my armpit.
All right, so I want something that lifts and separates and pushes and minimizes.
So you might be surprised at how much smaller you'll seem immediately just by having a good supporting bra on. Once you get it on, you might realize that you really don't need the minimizer. That just smells.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't want a uniboob because this is a big thing that people complain about.
Yeah.
It looks like you have one big mound.
Right.
So
That would not be
this
good.
is really, believe it or not, I know the guys watching the show are going to be like, "What? Ew! You just took all the
No.
and mystery clean
We
out."
find this fascinating.
But for women,
Fascinating.
they're going to get it because
Oh yeah.
I saw that.
Fascinating. I'm not hiding anything. How do you measure?
This is. I'm glad you cover these things, but this.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I
this
need
is
to
not
know
a
all these. These
whisper.
are.
This is not something
This
that
is.
you drop
Let me
and goes,
explain something. This is important
Down.
information. I want to know. I know all you want to know. How do you measure? How do we measure?
with a measuring.
No, she doesn't have any.
tape.
There's no
soft
measuring tape. The soft tape.
You measure right under your bust.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go in the department store and the girl is measuring you below your bust, it's because she's afraid to touch you. But I say that. But you gotta
Politically
measure right up
incorrect.
underneath there, and some women are full busted.
But what does that tell you
gotta get up
when
there.
you're over here? What does that
the
tell?
beam size,
The beam.
the band.
Band.
Oh, band.
And that's
then-
what most women get wrong.
Yeah.
And the cup size.
True.
Yeah.
All right. So the band is first. First you get the
Then
band,
the fullest part.
and
of
then
your
how do
bust.
you determine the
Then
cup?
you subtract those two numbers, and every inch is a cup. A, B, C, D, double D, triple D, which is one of my most common.
Does that E or double E?
E and triple D are the same.
E and triple D are the same.
Yeah.
If I'm triple D, I think you just need to take me out, get out the backhoe,
No. Much more
dig a
fun.
hole, and
You're-
shove me in it.
You
If
do
that is
not
what it has
minimize
come
the
to.
fun
Okay,
available.
I'm going in.
Do
But
not
you're
minimize.
You're not coming.
There's a lot of
I'll be
people
right
that
back.
don't understand, and they should. What do you mean?
It is. It's so sexy.
Oh,
So cute if you like it.
Can I wear it? Oh no, I can't wear it out. We gotta take this thing
I
off.
can let you tag me if you still need it.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You just want the one to be done?
Well, let me. Would you have? Let's see. I mean, I can come back. I can get myself going here.
But, you know, Catherine, if you had a little bead cup, you wouldn't be portioning it. You wouldn't look like
Oh, I had a small suit my whole life. My whole life, and I loved it.
Yeah,
Well, it has all the things I asked for. It lifts, it separates, and this is what we want.
yeah,
That right?
it looks good.
This is how
Looks good.
Oh yeah.
So they're
tell
here
that-
now, not here. And this
My
is
mother
very
used to
important.
say, she says, she'd show her leg and then she'd say everything else is shot.
I remember that.
And then she'd say that her breasts used to be up here and now they're in Cincinnati or something.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm so happy I'm wearing it out of here. Right?
That particular one it's a new release. They
This
just
is-
put it out this season.
Yeah.
So right now it's only black.
Yeah, okay.
So later on,
Okay.
what do I have here? Hang on.
All right.
It's very nice.
Like,
We've paid.
okay,
and we are
because
on our
then when
way
I
out
come
the
in,
door.
it'll be
And
fast.
in record time. So,
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. And that is what a great bra store trip should be.
should look like. Should look like.
You guys always shoot stuff I don't see until we air it.
Well,
It's
how
so,
could you see it when you're in the back room changing? And
I know, but I love that piece where
oh,
you're
he
sleeping.
added the snoring, but I think it's appropriate at times. To,
Yeah.
And you're really just sort of. I felt that I represented much of the male
Absolutely.
population.
Most of the male population do not want to go shopping with their wives or girlfriends, and hey,
But they
that's
identified
okay.
with me, the way on the phone and laying
Yes.
down. So I just I did that. I took one for the team, and also I was able to not only take one for the team, I was able to show.
Yep.
Because a lot of girls maybe are not as conscious of the stress and the torment that is applied to men when they have to go through all
I
of that.
do not ever ask you to go shopping with me ever, because I know it. But here's the deal. So today's show,
Today's show.
or tonight's
Yeah,
show,
no, today's
is
show.
about famous tatas. Yes.
Yeah, well, and we started, with what holds the tatas, and we have some footage of my mother with Jane Russell,
Yeah.
talking with her about the
I
tatas.
love Jane Russell.
So we have that interview, which some of you have seen, but I'm running it just as a fresh reminder. And then we have something new. We have a film clip from my mother with James Garner in a movie, and they're in Italy, and they've rented this villa. And anyway, I'm going to let the clip speak for itself. But the reason why I chose this particular clip is my mother's in a bubble bath for part of it.
Yeah.
And I have great, vivid memories of me as a little boy going to visit her, and she would be in her bathtub, and I would come into her bathroom, and she'd be in a bubble bath. And I would come to sit, and she'd talk with me. Sometimes I'd sit, and occasionally she'd catch me just staring at her breasts floating in the water
I'm
between
sure
the
this
bubbles.
is illegal in some states.
Well, fortunately, we're in a very tolerant state. West Virginia is very famous for having very liberal point of views when it comes to sex. But this is not about sex. This is about nudity and frigidity, and there is a part of our culture that's like obviously over the top with conservative / Victorian views on nudity. Now, my mother was trying to, I think, make it like okay, because I was very young,
Yeah.
and also she knew I was going to end up in dressing rooms around other girls and seeing things like this. So she catches me just staring at her breasts floating in the water and through the bubbles and everything, and she sees me looking, and she says, "You can touch it." And so I take my finger and I go like,
And you know what the weird thing is? You still do it.
yeah, because it's a fantastic thing. For those of you that haven't experienced it, I highly recommend it. You should by now.
Oh my goodness.
At the very minimum. Now you may decide to be partial to other parts, or they become your priority. But a lot of men think that breasts are really
Yeah,
beautiful.
but they do, and then there's others that think the tail feathers are better, and then leg man, tata man, tail feather man. I mean, it's all.
But anyway, she, I think, was sort of, I mean, what do you do with your kids, right? You try to sort of like indoctrinate them into being okay with whatever. And she knew I was going to end up backstage, which is true. Some of my greatest memories are backstage with large casts of girls in shows.
Well, you have to get over that real fast, because when I was in Les Mis, I had to do quick changes.
Exactly.
And there were, they would do their best because it was backstage and there are other actors there and they can see. And I've always been super uptight about that. So it was hard for me to get used to. And after a while, you just have to let go, because you have to get that costume on and get back out on that stage.
But from a civilian's point of view,
Yeah.
a little boy in the midst of all those beautiful breasts.
Yes.
And other things, but just, I mean, and of course I was little, I would look up and there'd be all these different shapes and sizes. I really was able to appreciate those more because of my early training watching my mother's breasts float in the bathtub. So let's
my
watch
God.
that. Here is my mother's breasts floating in the bathtub.
Oh.
With James, not with James Garner, but from
I was going to say, you didn't
right.
take a camera in there, did you?
Not exactly.
No.
Here we go. There she is.
Oh, I love this film.
No! Oh,
A little welcoming ceremony.
well, that's a very nice custom. But in America, we just shake hands.
All right, let us shake hands. I am sorry. Oh,
Philippe, I don't want to appear autocratic or anything. I mean, I'd really like to be friends with you. I used to have a girl named Teresa. She used to clean for me, and we were the best of friends. This has gone a little too far.
it hasn't gone anywhere yet.
No, Philippe, just take the glasses and things downstairs. It was a nice idea, but I just want to go straight to bed.
Okay.
I'll be indignant after having
so
an...
pause. So what happened here in this movie is it's actually on topic exactly with what we're talking about, because Americans at this time, in particular in the 60s, even more today, were much more conservative and Victorian minded than were the Europeans. The Europeans were a lot more...
Well, they had topless and nude beaches.
Right.
And the European... Actually, I lived in Italy for 2 years, which you know.
We're actually going to run part 2.
And...
Ryan, we're going to run part 2 of that.
They used to say to me, because we would go out in the summers and, they'd say, oh, if you want to join the girls up on the top, because we'd be on a boat, a yacht of some sort. They'd say, go on up to the top and, join the girls. And I, just fresh off the American boat, I go up there and everybody is topless sitting there. And I think, oh my God, because I was just always really...
So did you try that?
No, I was mortified.
What did you do? You went down?
No, I just went up and laid out with everybody with my top on. But, I was talking about it later with everybody, and because the girls noticed that I was, shy to do that.
Yeah.
And so, they were talking about it, and the guys had something interesting to say, because the Italians, one of them said, oh, we think of Americans as the false Puritans.
Well, there's truth to that.
Yeah, and I never forgot that, because somebody said that to me, and they were like, that's why you have so much crime in the U.S. with sex crimes. Yeah, because
too much.
Because it's so foreboding. You're not allowed to see anything, and so everything's covered up, and people... Now, this was, a long time ago. Things have changed then. I think the younger generation's not nearly... I don't think that they really care about whether someone sees them in the nude.
But in the U.S., there's still a very strong...
But it made me think when he said that about the sex crimes, because he said, what are you supposed to do when everything is hidden and you're not allowed to see it, and then it becomes foreboding, and then
this is what my mother was doing, you see.
Yeah.
She was just saying this is okay.
Right.
No, it wasn't ever like, flaunted or something. It was, always. And even when I was backstage or around other people, it was intended to be normalized.
Yes.
And it was. And in fact, I just have fond memories of it. But the next part of this actually deals also with, the Italian point of view.
Yes.
Which they're in Italy, and
Oh, I love that.
Well, and so James Garner, is married to my mom, and he's very upset, that she has she rented this villa, and there's this, everybody's coming after her.
Yes.
And in his mind, and he's representing what we just said, sort of the Victorian mentality. So let's listen to James Garner's point of view on sex.
Fair behind my back for 15 years.
What 15 years? Have you
Don't
lost
try
your
to
mind?
fool me, Jenny.
Oh,
I
I'm
know
not
that you've been carrying on with this guy since the day we were married.
Me?
I distinctly remember some French guy lurking around in the background the day we were married.
You idiot! That was a caterer.
Was he French?
I never laid eyes on Philippe until 1 week ago. And if the fact that he's French bothers you, well, it certainly should, because the French know how to treat a woman, how to appreciate her, how to make her feel like she's still a woman, and not take her for granted.
You know how to print postcards, too.
I don't know when you had time to build up all these jealous fantasies of yours. I thought you were much too busy with Miss Lee.
Well, Miss Lee happens to be a very fine young lady who Wait a minute. Don't try that old trick with me.
What old trick?
You're guilty as hell, so you're trying to make me think I've got something to be ashamed of. Well, I'm not the one who's running around flaunting my belly button.
Oh, a bikini is a very acceptable piece of
Well,
wearing
good.
apparel.
I'll take off my pants and we can run around the streets together.
All of a sudden, a bikini is lewd. Am I supposed to shrivel up and wear a shawl just because I'm your wife?
You are a middle-aged mother.
Oh, sir, is this the body of a middle-aged mother?
Are you happy? You just proved you have the power to drive men mad.
All right, so by the way, I have that bathing suit.
Yeah.
Because my mother actually never wore any. That was considered very risque.
Oh yeah. What year was that?
60s.
Yeah.
This, don't forget, this is when I was friends with James Garner, and he'd play with slot cars. Come to the, you know, he was antisocial at these parties and would hang out with me and play slot cars with me. I love James Garner. I mean, he was.
Oh, they were great.
He's
together.
a guy's got. Oh, well, they have amazing chemistry
Yeah.
together. They did 2 movies together. That particular one though, is funny shtick, and he has such great timing. The 2 of them,
Yep.
you know, are kind of magical together. But obviously, the joke there, of course, is the Italian guy putting his face into her tits, and I felt that. Well, isn't that what I just saw, or did I not see that? Didn't he go like? Wasn't that what it was happening? Exactly.
Yeah.
No, so which I always felt was a very fun thing to do. I think that's everybody should at least do that once in their life. I'll tell you, when I was started working in my mother's show, I was probably 7 or 8 years old, and at this point I'd been around a lot of chorus girls and things. And now we're in Vegas, and Carrie and I are in the show, and there were 2 girls in the show, and there were like maybe 4 guys, I think, in these days. But she had a hairdresser,
Yeah.
and the hairdresser's name was Pinky.
I remember
That was her
her.
nickname.
Yeah.
Pinky Babajan. She was Armenian. Very good friend of the family to the end. But Pinky was always very voluptuous and had Dolly Parton-sized breasts.
Wow, that's saying something.
No, I mean, I'm talking world-class
Yes.
stuff. And so, my thing
to get
that I really
comfortable, sorry.
didn't like about doing the show, the live show in Vegas, 2 shows this week, that I had to bathe and had my hair washed every day.
Yeah.
So you have to put on the makeup, take off the makeup. So it requires a lot of extra bathing. And at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, this went on for years. I mean, it really was torturous. The only redeeming thing was Pinky. Because when she would wash my hair, she would get behind me, you know, and my head would just fall into these 2 large breasts.
Is there a common theme here?
Yeah,
that
it was. Well, we know what the theme is, right? Did I miss the theme?
No.
Anyway, it was a beautiful thing, and it wasn't sexual or anything weird like that. I just really appreciated.
It was just a moment.
I appreciated the softness, the way that they surrounded. At times I couldn't hear because they blocked my ears. It was fantastic. So I'm just saying, this is why, partly, not entirely, but besides the tomatoes and other things, why I chose you, or you chose me, but we chose each other, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
I don't have large breasts yet, but I do appreciate them. Now, I just want to show one other little thing about the earlier story when I talked about my mother in the bathtub, right?
Yes.
So a lot of people have heard me tell that story, but Seth recently found some footage of the inside of the Greenway House bathroom, right where this all took place. So for those of you that were not able to properly visualize that story, from my words, here's some footage. You could see the room we were in and where it all went down. This room was pink. This is black and white footage, but because it's from TV, it's an early commercial. But here's a movie star's dressing room at 813 Greenway Drive from like 1963 or 4 or something.
Oh.
Yeah, it's cool.
Have you ever wondered what a movie star's bathroom is like? This one belongs to Debbie Reynolds. One of the nicest things about Debbie Reynolds' bathroom you can't even see. That's the air, conditioned by Sun Country. Sun Country conditions the air, leaves it fresh, crisp, clear. Sun Country, made to work in your bathroom.
So, what's neat about finding that is you can see a lot of things in the room that we still have, or she has in her bathroom in Vegas.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff you see in that picture, including the painting and a few other things, went to Las Vegas and other places. I mean, it's traveled my whole life with me. So I just love seeing it. Even at the end there, you see the bottle of that deodorizer, what do you call it? Air freshener.
Sun Country.
Yeah, but it's an air freshener.
Yeah.
So the air freshener, though, is sitting next to a little jar, and I know exactly where that jar is. So it's fun, And
Yeah,
by
I
the
recognize that jar.
oh yeah, because it's sitting next to her bathtub right now.
Right.
So it was fun to find out. Other than that, I only had stills of that bathroom, and there weren't even great stills.
Well, what about the most famous Tatas Evolve would belong to Jane Russell. That was a very controversial. I wish we had that picture of her in the hay with the
From the Outlaw.
From the Outlaw, because that was
Caused a ruckus.
Caused a ruckus, yeah.
Well, why not let Jane and my mom tell you that story?
Okay.
We have footage. Let's
Really?
go.
How weird is that?
Yeah, we just
I'm
happen
ready.
to. Let's,
I'd like to see.
Let's do it.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. Well, welcome again. Every Monday I welcome you. I look around, I see old faces, meaning just been here before. New faces, again, what fun it is, isn't it? Monday, did you enjoy this lovely, fun picture? Wasn't that fun? Gentlemen prefer blondes. I love Jane in that blonde. I thought she looked fabulous. Big brown eyes, cuteness. Well, I had a good time. I was watching in the back. You didn't know that. Then I slipped back, and Jane was here all dressed up, all in her fancy. She's all dressed up today. So she had me change my clothes because I just had on a sweater. She said blondes should dress up. I'd like you to meet my good friend and the most talented, sweet lady, Jane Russell.
Oh, wow.
Well, hi. Did you like that greeting? Let's hear it again. Whoa!
No.
Jane was with Mr. the famous Howard Hughes. Not with him, but I mean, she was under contract to him. He tried for years. Oh. Was he a good pal?
Yeah. Yeah, we were very good friends. I liked him enormously, and I fought with him a lot, but he always got his way. And no, we weren't dating.
Mr. Hughes, you're definitely his type of a woman. So.
Yeah, he had a lot of brunettes under contract. We all looked, like it was a gang of sisters or something running around. And we all went to the same coach, and we'd all see each other there.
And you all had great figures for that.
Well,
Who's to judge? When you've got them, you're used to them. They're just there. You don't look around and say, hey, you're terrific. I wouldn't either.
And I always understood that Howard Hughes designed a bra for you at one time.
Oh, he tried.
And I just wondered what the particulars of that were.
I was in jersey blouses a great deal, and you could see the seams of the bra. You see through the jersey; it's so flimsy, and so he decided that he could design, which they have now, a seamless bra. But the rest of it was unbelievable, and so I just took this thing and threw it under the bed in my dressing room, and I put Kleenex over the top of the seams so they wouldn't show. And then I went out, and they looked through the camera and looked, and okay, fine. He never knew the difference.
Miss Jane Russell.
Thank you.
Isn't that cute? Well, the two of them together are unreal. It's fantastic. And she had a very nice person, but I loved it. I guess in many ways she was at the forefront of extreme controversy, because don't forget that's long before Monroe and all that went on. This is around the time when they started with the standard practices, and they started rating and saying they intervene, and the studios had to comply or they blackball them. Mm-hmm. So it's like the government getting involved in art. Prior to this, censorship didn't really exist like that. There was actually in the 30s, early 30s, more nudity than there was later. And by the time
people didn't wear bras in the early films because they weren't invented yet.
Right. So like there's my mom loves to tell the story of Claudette Colbert playing Cleopatra, and there was an uproar right then when that movie came out, and they were starting to censor, and they were like, yeah, and this is almost reminds me of what happened with Carrie, with Lucas saying there's no bras in outer space. They said there were no bras in Egypt, so she's wearing an outfit that's intended to be, period to Egyptian times. They went to great lengths to design these beautiful costumes that were historically correct. And of course there's no bra, because there were no bras in Egyptian times 2,000, 3,000 years ago. So they actually ended up in front of the censor board arguing this point, like, oh, we should be able to do this because it's accurate to the period. They're like, no, this is socially unacceptably to show these. You couldn't see much. It's just that, you might have seen a little of the points that we used to talk about. There was no nudity. The other thing is her legs were fully exposed. And that was unacceptable. So unacceptable that I had a 3-sheet poster where they actually went in and had to paint out the legs on the poster with like a watercolor kind of paints.
So this is the Claudette Colbert
version.
Yeah.
Let's see it's there somewhere. I mean, is something coming through? Did you drop your mic? It's on the ground. Oh, it's going to be hard to pick up from the floor. Okay. Anyway, the bottom line is these movies were being heavily censored. Now, The Outlaw came out around the same time. It's in the 30s. It's a Western with Jane Russell. And Howard Hughes intentionally had her with a loose blouse on, which you would have had back in the Western days. He made the argument that there were no bras, when the movie was allegedly being, portraying a particular time in Western culture. And he made that argument. They didn't buy it. They said, no, you can't do it. He then brought in like professionals, to argue, saying that this is a reasonable thing. And then he would say talked about so many other things are like this, and then measured the breasts even. There became like you couldn't show too much. I mean, it's like an insane argument, but they were like, oh, you're corrupting the children of the country. Now you could see how this leads to hanging up everybody, and why the Europeans thought we were so prudish.
Right. Well, anyway, I love that poster of her to this day. For me, it's the Farrah in her red swimsuit, and Jane Russell in the jeans and the hay and the loose shirt. And it was sexy.
Well, in fact, what we're going to do tonight for the Super Wheel, I believe, is we're giving a Marilyn Monroe
Frank
Worth print away.
Yeah.
And what's significant about that is that, obviously Monroe came around later. Yeah. Way later, really. But if you take a look at this picture of Monroe here, she's in a bustier bathing suit thing. And, again, lots of cleavage there. And she really started to take advantage of that. And as she got a little heavier later in her career, her breasts fortunately stayed with the sizing, and everything was beautiful. And
well, she died when she was in her early 30s.
One of my all-time favorite pictures is the picture. Is it Sophia Loren looking at
Jane Mansfield's
breasts? It's hilarious because Sophia Loren was no small change when it came to chest size. No. But Jane Mansfield, I think, wins the. Yeah. I think she's over everybody. Does she not win the award?
I really don't know, but I think so, as I recall seeing photographs. But anyway.
But I mean, well, what do you mean? You're getting shy?
Anyway. No.
Okay. Well, no, we were talking about famous women with large breasts. Yes. So Dolly Parton came along way later.
I would like to know what bra Dolly Parton wears. Well, because she always looks really good.
Now, I don't. My mother did a really funny impersonation of Dolly Parton in her Vegas act, where she wore this outfit and had exaggerated hair and exaggerated breasts and all that. But I do have vivid memories of her going up and down in weight size as well, right? Dolly Parton? Huge.
Yes, but that was so long ago, like in the 80s, and then she got skinny and has stayed that way ever since.
But how did she get so skinny and maintain the cup size?
I don't know, because it is kind of the first place we lose is the chest, area. So I really don't know.
That is tragic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear this.
Most women that have to deal with that don't want to deal with it, and it's so funny. Everybody wants what they don't have. Isn't that true?
Well, I mean, that is. Wow, I could see how that could really spike depression in this country. I mean, there are a lot of things that cause depression, but that would, well, from the male point of view, that would cause depression.
Yeah.
But not from the, maybe the girls don't mind because it is a pain in the ass too, right?
Is it time for us to get, it is a pain, yes. It's a pain because, you know, you can't find clothes to fit you right. You have to buy jackets that are bigger, you know, because of that.
What about
But
running?
then they don't fit you in the shoulders. Yes, it's
Running
it's,
is a problem.
Running is a problem, yes, yeah. So,
But it's a small price to pay for the happiness of the male sex.
that's right. If it makes you happy, then
Certain
it's all worth it.
sacrifices have to be made for male satisfaction and happiness.
Now, do we have a super wheel? We do.
have it now.
Okay, so we are going to spin the super wheel, and the super wheel is everyone who donated to us on the show last week, and we are going to be.
We're giving
spinning
away that Marilyn Monroe.
Yes,
Frank
that
Worth,
Frank
the
Worth.
one that you just
Yeah.
saw.
So
that's a
whoever
beautiful
wins
piece.
this gets a really great gift, and thank you for all your donations, everybody. Last week, thank you so much, and we always appreciate that. And so we will spin the wheel and name the winner. Okay.
Switch to the wheel.
Switch
There
to
you
the
go.
wheel.
Here we go.
And here we go. That's a slow spin, isn't it? Oh, there we go. And it is going to Unbox Life with Lori. You know what?
Is that new?
No, Lori's been around since we started our YouTube channel, and she actually has won a couple of times. So Lori has Lori, you should go out and buy some lottery tickets.
Well, look what she's won. This is one fantastic piece.
Oh,
this is from
that's
the
a
Frank Worth
beautiful
estate. These
Yep.
are original, and they're embossed from the Frank Worth estate.
Yep,
and
on
these
the
are-
lower
they're-
right in the white matted part.
But they're beautiful, like silver gelatin style prints, 11 by 17, and I mean they're highly collectible, and it's good. And we do sell quite a few of these. We do have some available also on the studio store, so maybe this will be the beginning of your collection, because I personally think
That looked like it could have been the Roosevelt Hotel. That
it looks like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does
It sort of
look
looks
like
like their
that.
courtyard. So
Frank Worth,
anyway,
we love Frank Worth photography because his photography was the most, I don't know, candid shots. He took life. He photographed
well,
life
he
in action.
photographed behind the scenes,
Yeah.
candid,
Mhm.
and less posy. I mean, people are posing, but more like he would go follow people around, and then they would do stuff in front of the camera.
Yeah.
We were very comfortable, obviously, in front of him
Yes.
because they that's not normal, by the way. That even in those days, there were very few photographers that had the confidence of the celebrity to, allow them to be behind the veil.
Yes, yes.
And my mother had a few different photographers in our lives that she then allowed to photograph Carrie and I when we were kids and all that. Sue Cameron was one that was around back in the day. You heard that name floating
Yeah.
around at times.
Mhm.
But also there was a guy named Clarence Bull who was an MGM
I remember.
photographer.
Yeah.
So there are some really significant photographers that did glamour pictures, but then also had great candid stuff. Nobody better than Frank Worth.
So Unbox Life with Lori. Make sure that you write us at catandtoddlive@gmail.com and give us your address, and we will send your amazing prize to you. You are going to love it. How big is that? Do you know how?
It's 11 by 17. It comes in a very nice
Beautiful.
shipping envelope.
Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful.
Now make sure that
Okay.
So that was okay. So what
Okay,
what we're going to want to do here though
yes.
is this next week, next
Yeah.
Saturday, we will be coming live from the road in Vermont.
We leave here tomorrow, which is Sunday, and we are going to Gettysburg, where I will take my ghostometer. And because I've always wanted to see Gettysburg, so I'm really excited. And I'm excited to see if we...
Well, we're going to go to Hershey after that.
And then we'll go to Hershey, Pennsylvania for a night, and then we move on to Vermont, where I will do 33 shows.
Are we going to Rosedale? Allentown.
Allentown. Oh my gosh, that's right. So we're going to Gettysburg, then we're going to Hershey, Pennsylvania, then we're going to Allentown to see Kroll Manor, which is formerly known as the Hess Mansion. And I'm very excited to finally meet Dan Kroll's bunny, Bun, 10-year-old bunny. He's got his own bedroom. That's a man after my own heart right there. Has his own bedroom, the bunny.
That's the way it should be.
Just like our chickens. So it's like, I haven't seen Dan in a long time. Then we go on to Essex Junction, Vermont, which is near Burlington, where I'll do 33 shows at the Champlain Valley Fair. If you are anywhere near, please make sure you come see me. Always.
Everybody's right in that neighborhood, I have to believe.
Well, you know, a lot of people have come here to
Yes,
West
this
Virginia.
is more central, though, to the East Coast.
I don't think it's more central because getting all the way up here is not easy.
I'm going to say this. Like Pigeon Forge, for example,
yeah.
was a day's 2/3 of the population of the United States is within a day's drive of Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Well, you're not that far from here, so a massive amount of population from the eastern seaboard is within a few hours of this location. That's why this is better than Vermont. Vermont's an extra 10 hours, you know.
Yep.
No problem.
And tonight I'm going to be having dinner with my high school friends that are coming in. I'm super excited about this, and you know, I didn't go to my high school reunion, so when people come and see me and we go out to dinner afterwards, it's going to be a lot of fun.
You make your own.
I know. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much. If you tuned in tonight, we so appreciate you, and we're right there with you. And we are going to be back next Saturday night. Am I on stage though during that?
No, I don't think so, but we'll find out.
I
we'll
think,
get a show
I think
off.
I'm off stage in time for the 8
Same
o'clock
like
show.
I think it's like it is here. We just come right off the stage and do the show.
Okay. So I look forward to that. And in the meantime, we love you so much. You
When
have
you're
the
asleep.
best one when you're asleep. Have a great one. We hope you had a good time with us tonight, and we will see you next Saturday at Cat and Todd Live. If you love us, like and subscribe and tell your friends. Thank you so much, everybody. Good night.